The Hamish and Andy Show podcast.
Hamish and Andy back to drive you home. Well, just one of us. Because Hamish he started in here with me, everybody. He looked fit, he looked healthy, he certainly was speaking to me in his normal tongue. And then, whether it's panic or shock, he has simply run out.
Andy, we're getting a call through from Hamish now.
Okay.
Are you there, Endo?
Yes. What happened? Did you fart?
I panicked. I saw the lights go on, and I just think you're better off without me. You can do a great job. And I'm driving to the coast.
I would
on a boat.
I would prefer at least the first one with you.
No, that's why. And I thought we weren't getting back to next Monday anyway.
A bit of notice?
I saw the TV ad.
What about a bit of notice? Because...
Hey, Andy, look behind you.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I never left. And that is the kind of wonderful prank that you can come to expect from the show. Andy, it's me. Look at me. What a wonderful radio moment already.
It's Hamish's year of 1,000 pranks.
One down.
Is it going to be...
It could be 1,000 this year.
Is there
The 999
kind of
to
quality
go.
control?
No, I'm going quantity over quality. You can't get 1,000 pranks out and have them all be good. Oh, great. You know what? Technically, that's one of our highlights. And we're off to a flyer. We've just been informed we're back on air a week earlier than advertised.
We snuck back on, everyone.
We snuck back on. Secret. Nothing counts this week. It's just a bit of sneak week. Officially launching next Monday.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
God,
can't
I'll be
wait.
listening.
Yeah.
Appointment listening. We've already received a call. Wrong number. We just told during the song. Hey guys, we're like, oh, what's someone calling for? Nah, it's just
Wrong number. But
13 10 67. So much like some people's home phone number.
They're not expected to know yet, though, Ham.
No one needs
Everyone's
to know.
pointing to obviously next Monday when the show officially launches.
Launch party. But let's, welcome back. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hi. If you've listened before, welcome. If you're new, welcome. Yeah. Hello. People's Show returns. We've taken a few months off, but
7.
It's a shame, isn't it, though, when you flick around the dial and that other radio stations are on holidays.
Now.
You just go, where's the professionalism? It's just a bit sad that some people would value a holiday more than just being on air.
Chatting to you
and
right now.
Chatting to people. And
cars,
look, I'm not throwing stones, but you shed a tear for the industry, though. You shed a quiet tear. We have taken some time off, Ando. Happy with it? You think you put it to good use? How do you feel you went?
I feel like I plan to do more.
Yeah.
Were you in the same boat?
Definitely. This was we were billing this as a sabbatical.
Yeah.
When people do sabbaticals, they write books, they write films.
Learn a language.
That's one thing I had a crack at.
Yeah. How'd you go with that?
I downloaded $24.95's worth of audiobooks to learn Italian.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Not grande, my friend. No, didn't. I didn't have a listen.
Yeah.
Not the dumbest thing I did.
No.
But
You strike me as the kind of guy that was going to take on a lot of things.
yeah. Yeah.
You, when I was saying...
Because I bought a fishing rod last year, so I was going to go at least a few times fishing.
Fly fishing was specifically you're going to go?
I watched some. Where's the rivers though? They're not. It's not like they're nearby. I watched some online tutorials, but did not get the feet wet. Didn't get in a river.
What else did you have a crack at?
Probably the thing there's a lot of sort of, momentary, like, I'm going to do this today and I'm going to go for a big adventure. Probably the thing that I wasted the most amount of time was have you played the McDonald's game? They sort of do a sponsored game. It's called Enter the Nug Zone. It's not a very popular iPhone game at all.
No.
Like, it's not, I think it's on Android too. Like, it's not a biggie, but I got onto it early.
Yep.
And I don't think more than 1,000 people had Enter the Nug Zone.
Yep.
And so I was in the top 1,000
Wow.
because it shows you your ranking, and I was quite chuffed to be in the top 1,000.
Yep.
But
So set out
as time
to
went
learn
on,
a language and got in the top 1,000 on Nug Zone.
Enter the Nug Zone.
Sorry, I did.
Spent a lot of the time trying to get into the Nug Zone because once you're in there, you soak up nuggets and you get a lot more points.
How do you get in?
You have to go into a tear in the space-time continuum. It all makes a ton of sense when you're playing it. So you're basically free-falling through the air. You're trying to avoid objects. You're trying to pick up coins. And if you get into the Nug Zone, you soak up nuggets.
As helpful as a language. I mean, the amount of times you're travelling through Italy.
And you could perhaps...
a lot of them speak English. I mean, you don't need their native tongue.
And if you show them your iPhone, you go, look, I'm 715th in the world on Enter the Nug Zone. That's a lot of respect. But as more people got the game, they started beating me. So then I started playing quite a lot. I lost about a week to Enter the Nug Zone.
Yeah.
And I played, because I was under the impression that if you accumulated a lot of points, then you would be able to exchange that for free items.
Nuggets,
at
hopefully.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
I think there was something that alluded to that when I signed up.
Yeah.
For some reason, that was my perception the whole time I was playing. Because my wife's going, "You're wasting your time." I'm like, I'm not. Your tune will change when I come home with a bloody 21 pack.
21. Is that a new promotion?
Isn't there 21 nugs? I never really go above 9.
I
But
don't think they do 9 anymore. I think that was in the early 90s.
Can't you go up to 21?
I think it's 20. I think it's a 10 pack now.
When you buy 20, I know for a fact a lot of the guys at McDonald's be like, "This guy's a good customer. Give him an extra nugget."
He's one of the better players of Enter the Nug Zone.
Well, as it turns out, there's no direct exchange for nug points to items.
So that's an unsuccessful achievement.
You can spend the points you earn on upgrades to your costume in the game.
Can anyone out there, 131060, did you do something better than Enter the Nug Zone?
I think a lot of people, when we tell people we took 6 months off, a lot of people go, "I'd love to do that." And I feel like we blew ours.
Yes. Has someone out there taken some time off, 6 months off or however long off, and actually achieved something?
Done something good.
Chris, you take a bit of time off a year to concentrate on something. What is it?
Call of Duty.
Great.
Every November.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a specific thing. You've got a
Specific. I think it's the second week of November every year.
It's like Melbourne Cup.
And
game that stops one man.
What do you do for a job, Chris?
Oh, I'm a carpenter.
Okay, so
give the hands a rest.
If you've got,
chuck them on a controller.
But if you've got you're building something and you obviously have to get that finished, and there are a lot of deadlines when it comes to building.
Pergola or something.
How does that phase in?
Oh well, there's about 8 other guys, so.
Oh, right. So you just take a sickie.
So whoever was playing Call of Duty last week, he comes back to work. And then you're right. So Chris, are you playing the current Call of Duty, or are you on one of the old versions?
Oh, newest one every year.
Right. So he celebrates the newest video games.
Yeah. Start from the bottom and rank up. Well done.
Thank you, Chris.
Aaron, what did you get up to when you took some time off?
Oh, firstly, guys, welcome back. So good to have you guys back.
Hey, thanks, mate. I mean, just wink, wink, not official yet. Not till till next Monday. But
yeah. So basically, I took 4 months off to finish my Pokemon game to catch all the Pokemon.
Annie and I are unfamiliar with what you have to do. I didn't know you had to catch Pokemon. Are they on the loose?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I caught every single Pokemon. There's about 700 of them, and I finally did it.
Hang on, is this a game? Don't you people collect Pokemons?
It's a franchise.
Yeah, so you can play it on your Game Boy as well, which I've had for 7 years, and I finally finished it in the 4 months I had off.
What character
you must be one of the only guys on Earth, though, doing that.
Yeah, probably.
Aaron, what kind of work are you in?
I'm in IT.
Okay. So
yeah, it was a bit hard telling my boss that I needed to take time off to catch Pokemon.
Did you actually tell you actually had this discussion with the boss?
I wish I did, to be honest, at the time. But, I had to tell him that I just needed some space when I really needed to buckle down and catch some Pokemon, basically.
I need some space, but I'm not giving the Pokemon any. Do you catch them with a net when you get them? Do you put them in a jar or catch them with a net? How do you catch a Pokemon?
Basically with a Pokeball, you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know, Aaron. I'm just pretending for everyone else that knows. But hang on. What's your record for a day? How many did you catch in one day? Like, did you have a big haul?
Yeah, I went on an 8-hour streak and I caught about 124. So
how many are there?
700.
There's over 700, mate.
And
geez, you did pretty well. You got about 25% in one day.
What's your character in the game? Are you dressed like a zookeeper or something with a giant net, or what?
Nah, just a little guy with a little red hat. That's all.
And a lot of belief. And you did it, Aaron. Well done.
Thank you, Aaron. Save your steady drive you home. Haim, the show officially launches next Monday, which makes this sneak week.
Nothing counts this week. I mean, if you want to just bring up and if just tell us you got nothing.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. You don't have to be good. We don't have to be good.
Well, no one will ring up Haim because no one's listening.
That's true.
We've snuck back on the air. It's been a covert operation. Everyone expects us to be back on July 13. We've got him.
It's crazy because I'm stuck in two minds because if you're listening, obviously we appreciate it, but...
They've stumbled across.
But I'm also disappointed. Yeah, if you're listening and you had prior knowledge, I'm disappointed because we didn't do a good enough job keeping it under wraps.
This is true.
But if you're a stumble upon, if you're a pop-in, hello. if you're a casual, no reservation, just table for two. So try if you're rolling the dice. Yes, welcome.
Launch party next week.
And that
which is the station's putting this on for us, everyone.
And radio stations are good at this sort of thing.
And they really
Daniel Johns is playing.
That's fantastic.
See, the radio station has the just the red phones in the office. Johns, you're playing. I don't want it. You're playing.
Yeah, exactly.
And Peking Duck, same thing. Peking Duck, you're playing. Oh, we were going to go to Glastonbury. You're playing.
Yeah.
And they hang up.
And then they're playing.
And then they just say to us, we're doing this big launch party. But it's now our job. We're the hosts of the party, but it's sort of been organised without us. I mean, let's be honest, we haven't been in the building.
It's on a big boat. It's going to be in Sydney Harbour. That's all fun. But it just feels like a lot of pressure on us, doesn't it, Ham?
How about this?
Something I'd love to personally relieve.
Well, I say, here's my thinking. We've always traditionally been the people's show. It feels very, for my tastes, a little too Hamish and Andy heavy.
The launch party?
Look, don't get me wrong. I think they're nice guys. But I think it's a little too heavy on the H&A.
The launch party, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit too much. You know, butter's nice, but you can have too much butter on your bread.
Yeah,
and I think we're over buttering the bread a little bit. I would like to make...
We're spreadable, though.
Sure. And we crack we melt when it gets hot. Yeah. I would like to make, I'd like to make next Monday perhaps a little bit more focused on everybody else. So we're launching our show, but we're not the only people with something to launch. See what I'm saying? Why don't we make it it's an open launch party. It's like a launch buffet.
Okay.
Not to be confused with a lunch buffet. If you are coming, we're not catering. We've blown the budget on the boat. It's not a lunch buffet. It's a launch buffet. So if you've got something to launch, here's what I'm thinking. Yeah. It doesn't have to be. It's not. We're not expecting you to have.
So launches of any type.
Maybe you've got a new haircut.
Yes.
And you'd like to launch that. Maybe your high school has a new radio station.
Particularly if you're having the haircut on the Monday.
Yes, so no one can. Yeah, don't screw us on the exclusive.
You've been going.
don't turn up and be like, oh well, Janice has already seen this.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, well, what have we got?
Yeah, if you're launching anything whatsoever,
if you've got a pigeon that, if you've got one of those,
new racing pigeon,
doesn't have to be a new one. I mean, I'd love to launch a pigeon from the boat.
Okay, that's just a general launch.
Well, that would be fun to launch a pigeon.
Yeah, that's sure. So it doesn't really have to be if you're going to go with something that's not a debut.
We'd prefer exclusive.
Yeah,
but at this stage,
but if you're going to go with something that's not a debut,
if you've got a sheep, you would like to just let go. Not into the water, to run off, back into Sydney.
Is that a launch though?
I suppose it's more of a release, isn't it?
This is not a release party.
Right. Well, we have our first banning of the show.
This is a launch.
Sorry. So just to clarify, legally, if you're trying to release something, not interested.
So with a pigeon, do you launch them or do you release them?
If we get a very, very small slingshot to release it. Do you know what I'd love to get?
The safety of all animals in any launching. But like a firework.
We could launch a firework?
Yep.
Again, we're thinking budget, so we don't have to go crazy here. It's not the closing ceremony. We could launch a firework, I'm sure. No, I mean, they're illegal, but someone's got to know how to do it. Does this still exist? A human, those cannons they have at the circus that shoots out a man.
Yes.
And if I had to pick a man, would you be the cannonball, Orlando? I think that's what the crowd would love to see. Launch an Andy.
Sure.
An Andy cannon.
I'd be launched. I mean, I'd like more specifics about it. How do they?
I can't give you. It's just a cannon that fires you.
13-10-60.
Worst comes to worst, there's all those naval ships near Sydney Harbour, like down in Woolloomooloo. Yeah. One of those would have a cannon, just squash your foot in and shoot. Pack it with a blank. So failing a circus cannon, we stuff your foot in the barrel of a naval destroyer.
You can research more circus cannons. If you own running a circus, call up. That'd be something.
Switchboard's lit up. All right, we've got one of the Barnum brothers next.
13-10-60, is there anything that you want to launch of any kind? Do it at our launch party, because it is ours.
Let's take some launch suggestions for the buffet.
Hamish and Andy. Sarah wants to do that. Sarah, tell us, what do you want to launch?
I want to launch the racing pigeons.
Oh, you've got pigeons?
I've got pigeons. My dad has the pigeons.
Okay.
But
that's even better, Sarah, because I feel like you'd be a bit more relaxed about launching them than your pigeon.
What's the red tape there with your dad? Is he a little bit stuffy about his pigeons? Are you going to be a chance to get at him?
Oh, I think he's got enough that he won't mind if a few went missing. That's fine.
You'd think so.
And so it's in Sydney, the launch party.
Yep.
Are you based in New South Wales? Like, if we launch the pigeons, are they going to find their way home?
I'm in Newcastle, so Dad does races from Sydney all the time. So
They'll fly home, no
straight
worries.
home.
They'll be home before the 6 o'clock traffic.
Yeah.
They'll be home before me.
Oh, they'll
so that's fine.
smash you home.
Okay, well,
That's
that'd
great.
be-
And Sarah, do you have to grab like a civilian pigeon or just say one from the city to replace? Like, could you kind of like, if you bought us 10 pigeons, could you just chuck in some non-racing ones in the brood to trick him in case he checks?
I think he's good enough. He's got
Better off
3
asking
acres
him.
full. Like, he won't mind at all.
Okay, great.
Say that as a given.
Well, I reckon that'd be great. Was the number 10?
10, I think. Yeah. By the way, hamishandandy.com, though, if you're listening to this and you're not near a phone, to register, because we do have spots still left.
Great.
We're not just sort of throwing this out there with no
Sarah's
tickets
top of the
available.
list.
Sarah's top of the list.
Because she's the first. Also, she was a
Here we
great
go.
suggestion. Rain.
Rain, you're a chance to make one of the top 2 spots on the list here. What are you launching?
I'm launching my new life.
That's a huge launch.
call.
What was
What's
the
wrong
old
with the
life?
current one?
I broke up with my boyfriend about 3 weeks ago,
Yep.
so I'm going out on my own and my new life. And
Did you do the breaking up, or did he, or don't we want to talk about it? Or?
it's
Personal.
very complicated.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
sure,
okay.
that's fine.
All we need to know is it's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
And how long were you guys together? If I may delve back into the personal questions, which has burnt us once, but I'm going to jump back in there. How?
7 years.
7 years.
That's a
All right.
long
Well,
time.
that qualifies.
That's a life.
That
That's almost
qualifies
a life. Yeah, so-
for a new life.
Yeah.
And have you been lying low for the last 3 weeks, just not feeling like going out?
A little bit, yeah. I'm actually coming on Monday.
Oh, you're already coming?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you've already got tickets.
Oh, gee.
Well, you know what? Like, just pretend you didn't say that, Rain. You know what, Rain? You're coming to the party. God, we're generous. No, yeah, absolutely, Rain. All right, well, stay on the line because we'll get a few details from you about how we
The
can
new line.
perform this launch for
A
Rain.
new life for Rain. John, what do you propose to launch?
My new magic trick.
Your pneumatic what?
Magic trick.
Magic
Oh,
trick.
magic
Yep.
trick. I thought it was a pneumatic something, like a pneumatic drill. Sorry, John. You've got a new magic trick, have you? I thought there was nothing wrong with the old ones. What's the new trick?
So, John, don't reveal your trick because that's what a magician
Okay,
does.
definitely.
But is it like have you been working?
Tell
on
us a little bit about it.
Have you been working on like something specific to you that you're the only person that does it in the world, or have you been downloading, say, a how to do this trick and this is new to you?
Well, there's a few people that actually have done it in the world, but I've sort of modified it a little bit.
So no one does it like you do it.
Nobody does it like
And
that.
John, I'll just flag something for you here. You're fighting such an uphill battle with Andy.
Yep.
He's the sworn enemy of magicians.
Yep.
You got a sympathetic ear in me. In fact, 2 of them. But it's tough to get magic tricks across the line with Andy. We have had him on the air before.
I'm not impressed by magicians.
He usually vetoes them.
But John, you're at the bottom of the list.
Oh, no. That's all right. You're also in 3rd spot. John, can you give us just a little hint as to what the trick might be?
try and
just
get me
to
across the line,
just to
John.
try and excite Andy.
All right, so a bit of a hint to do with it. So it involves cards.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
Mate. It's a
Yep.
traditional
Sure.
forum.
Yep. Sorry, John.
Yeah, John, I like it. Keep going.
They're jumbo cards, and
Oh,
so the largest size cards you can get.
I like that.
And what I do, I can't give it away, obviously, but
Yeah.
it uses a bit of telepathy. So,
Telepathy.
There you go. Cards
Okay.
and telepathy, Ando. Has he moved up the
Yeah.
list?
He spiked my interest. He's up the list.
Okay.
Yes.
You're not off the list, John.
Thank you, John. Stay on the line. We'll get your details along with anyone who wants to register with something that they want to launch in their life. It can be absolutely anything. HamishNanny.com. Head there now.
I mean,
There's a little button on the front page, and you can press that "What do you want to launch?" button, and it'll show you.
It'll click you through to register. Station's been giving away literally hundreds of tickets. We've got in, and I think they've got about, 5 left for us. So you could be one of those 5 if you go to the website.
Hamish and Andy. We are back officially next Monday. This
Sure.
is a sneak week, but there is a launch party next week, Ham.
Just a sneaky weekend. We thought we'd just come back on, test the mics, test out the old speaking pipes.
Yep.
See if everything's in order. So far, having a great time. Here's something we did on radio last year, of course. We weren't in the drive slot, but we're still floating around doing bits and pieces. And it's a segment that really provided a huge outlet to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And I think restored a lot of faith in this, quote unquote, the system.
Absolutely. It's designed to bring down the man or men if there's a mob at the top.
Or evil women. I mean, there's no immunity.
Exactly.
There's no immunity. The segment is named Hamish Blows Something Wide Open.
Yep.
And it's really where I scour the landscape and I find a half-truth, a quarter-truth. Sometimes they're even as low as 20% of a truth.
A lie?
An injustice.
Yep.
A scoundrel.
A robber.
A crook.
A thief.
I would blow open a thief. Yes. A rascal. I blow open trickery.
Rat bags? Where do you sit on rat bags?
I would blow that open.
Would you?
I wouldn't blow open sneakiness. I mean, because that's what we're doing this
that,
week.
yeah.
One of the big rules on blowing something wide open is I can't blow open ourselves.
Yes.
So when I said before there is no immunity,
there's
turns out there's some immunity. But when it comes... Rustlers,
wrestlers?
not wrestlers. I mean, WWF if you're scamming people, yeah. Errors, idiots. I'd blow open an idiot if you're dumb enough to have made a mistake and I've caught you.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. I'm one man, and I launched this crusade against these people to try and shine the light of truth upon them. But I am only one man, and I do investigate, and you'd back this up, I investigate these cases very, very deeply.
Yeah.
And that's quite time-consuming.
And you get held up in paperwork?
I'm always in the office. I got a stack of paperwork. I'm chasing up leads. I'm trying to file things properly. Don't wind it up, Jack. People need to know this.
Yeah.
I'm just giving people an insight into what because people hear the blown wide open and they go, terrific. It's like probably watching Current Affair and they go, good, got him. They don't understand all the hours of manpower that happen.
And I think a Current Affair carry on a bit too much about how much hours they're doing.
That's the thing. I mean, the people you turn on 60 Minutes go, oh, I went to Syria, did you? That's interesting. No, it was very hard. And a lot of the reporters are at risk. Very similar to what I'm doing. Putting myself at risk, really exposing myself and my family to all sorts of dangers by digging into dark corners and shining a light on things that like being in the dark, Ando. And that's why I say, look to people, if you do have a lead, hamishandandy.com, please feel free to give it to me. I might not get to it.
No.
Because I'm very, and I have heaps of my own. I don't need them. But do send them in, and I'll just cross-reference it if it's something that I've already got.
But don't send generic ones.
Please don't send generic ones. That is one of the other caveats. Don't send the fortune cookie one about how that's actually Japanese, not Chinese. I'm looking for more specific ones. Like last year, a great blow-wide open was a young girl that worked at Faster Pasta.
Yeah.
And I don't actually think she named Faster Pasta. I might have accidentally done that now. But they had a pepper grinder there, and you were encouraged to offer someone cracked pepper. But the pepper kernels were very expensive.
Yeah.
And look, I don't think I'm not saying this happens globally across all Faster Pastas. I think it was a specific manager. They were putting powdered pepper in the pepper grinder.
It might not have even been
pretending that it was harder to grind as a way of saving money for that particular Faster Pasta.
And the thing is, they wouldn't be doing it anymore. They wouldn't be doing it
anymore because I blew it wide open, which is why it's time for...
Stand back! She's set to blow!
Look out!
Fire in the hole! Hamish is blowing this wide open! Amazing.
He's done it again.
Oh, what a great guy. Look, like we said, this is the segment that shines the truth laser on people.
Yeah.
And on crooks. Here's the thing, Ando. It's and I'm like I said, hamishandandy.com if you've got any.
What's today's?
I don't need them. Well, I'm just looking at the bloody time.
Can we please get to today?
Well, have we gone?
We've got time. No.
Just here's what I think I'll do for today. Okay. I give a 1 week warning to crooks. I'm a harsh man, but I'm a fair man. And you know what? I think in the fight versus good and evil, and I'm not just saying this because I haven't got one, but do send them in hamishandandy.com. In the fight versus good and evil, I'm giving you a fair 1 week warning, crooks.
7-day tidy up warning.
And then next week, I will bring the hammer down with a vengeance on the one I was going to do today.
Yeah. Hamish and Andy.
Let's cut to the chase here, Ando. Yeah. Tomorrow on the show, normally if this was a normal week, we'd go, hey, tomorrow on the show we got Channing Tatum and Joe, and then we'd struggle with the pronunciation of his surname. I'd say Manganiello.
Yeah.
But it's actually Manganiello, isn't it?
Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, from Magic Mike XXL.
If you don't know who Joe is, he's the one going out with Sofia Vergara.
Well done, Joe. But
also well done, Sophia.
As well as Sophia, he's a hunk. He's
made famous in True Blood. I think he was one of the hot werewolves. I'm just getting a nod.
You're
from out
just getting arrogant now because you just learnt how to say his surname. And you're trying to have a go at me because I've been going Manganiello for a little while. Here's the thing. They're going to be in Australia tomorrow to promote Magic Mike XXL. It's in cinemas Thursday.
If you don't know what Magic Mike is, it's a film about strippers.
We can't just keep explaining everything to you. I mean, first we do pronunciation. And then,
Well, I think this is the important one.
true. It's the sequel.
Yeah.
We thought, look, I mean, it'd be good fun for us to go and see it. Would it not be more fun to offer the 2 tickets you get if you're going to do the interview? You're allowed to go and see the film beforehand. Let's give those tickets to our mums. They can go, they can see the film. It's certainly kind of,
there's a lot of hot bods.
They'd be in the target. What a sweet gift to our mums. Yeah. And then they can go and do the interview with Channing and Joe tomorrow. Our mum stepped up to the plate. Your mum, Marg, my mum, Kerry, said, not a prob, guys. We'd love to.
And we often call your mum Cabo.
Cabo and Marg jumped together. They've never seen a film together before, have they?
No.
That's sort of their first date.
And fresh off seeing a film, Magic Mike XXL, about strippers with a lot of hot bods in it.
So we were there to talk to them afterwards to go, A, what did you think of the film? But B, what are you going to ask the guys in the interview? All right, first impressions of the movie.
Start with you, Cabo.
It was quite educational, I felt.
In what sense?
Well, there's stuff that goes on out there.
You've seen it in
those
that
boys have got very good bodies.
They do. Mum's nodding along over here.
Just ingredients.
Mum, are they all hot bods, or is there a couple that you'd rather not look at? I
think a couple I'd rather not look at, perhaps.
Okay.
Do you have a favourite?
It'd have to be Mike, wouldn't it?
Mike?
I think it's
the
Mike.
other guy.
What other guy?
The other guy who was with Mike.
Well, you obviously didn't leave much of an impression. You can't remember his name.
You mean Tito?
I didn't get it, really.
Get what?
The whole show, mate. Went over my head completely.
So you're sitting there going, when does he start doing magic?
No, I
guy's not a magician.
I hate to say this, but I did close my eyes an awful lot, only because I was tired, not for any other reason.
Hey, did you have a sleep, Mum?
Yes, I think I did. And I'm sorry, but I just was very tired.
Well, you can't say that in the interview.
You can't.
Can't I?
Well, I mean,
Andy and I aren't very good interviewers at all, but we've never got the interview and said, now, apologies up front. We had a bit of a snooze. So Joe Manganiello is also the other guy that you're interviewing.
Yeah.
He, I believe, takes his pants off in the film.
Yeah, that's him.
Apparently he has a rather large manhood down there, Mum.
I really only have your father to compare with, so I don't really ideas.
And everyone's dwarfed in comparison.
So I'm told.
How much training you had to do for all those moves, Mark?
Yeah.
Actually, that was the dance was actually the best. I hate to say this, but that was the best part.
Well, that's what he's famous for, I guess. And there were a few little laughs in it.
I heard you laughing.
Yeah, I laughed a couple of
Woke
times.
her up.
Keep it down. Some of us are trying to sleep in it.
I heard Kerry laughing. I thought, what's she laughing at?
The film. What's that bloody noisy big light box doing, waking me up? Well, I mean, you've got time. You've got time to think of some questions for Joe and Channing.
So just tell me again, is Joe's not the one with a cat?
No, that's Channing Tatum.
It'll be so easy in an interview because you can look at one of them.
Will he
and
wear
if they're
his
Magic Mike, that's Channing. If they're not Magic Mike, that's Joe.
I need to have the sign with Magic Mike up above him and the other guy.
Do we need them to wear name tags?
It all happens tomorrow.
It does. About the same time, after 5 o'clock tomorrow, we'll have our mums interviews with Channing Tatum and Joe Manganiello.
They'll have just come out. Now, has your mum been talking to you about what she's going to ask? My mum's been... I spoke to Mum this morning at about 7 o'clock. She said, I'm in bed having a cup of tea and I'm on the internet looking up Channing Tatum questions.
Oh, that's good. I think
this is the most prepared interview we've ever had on the show.
I think Mum will be thrilled that your mum's there.
You know, also Mum was over on the weekend and she hinted at one question. I don't know if she'll ask this, so you have to listen tomorrow, but she was like, I wonder if they pad their G-strings because she was saying that it's sort of like perfect shape. And she was sort of like, I wonder if there's a thing they put in there, like an artificial kind of bit of padding.
I can't wait for our mums to have to ask that kind of question.
Great question. That's what the people want to know.
Tomorrow on the show, Hamish and Andy. Haim, you kind of always say that, don't you, in the fresh food people?
You do it on tempo.
So watching Music Max, some old film clips the other day.
Yeah, great.
Saw Midnight Oil, great Aussie band.
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing that came to me, and Peter Garrett was the front man of that band, very famous for dancing very sillily.
This is back in the days when film clips didn't need an 8-minute short film attached to the front of them.
Yeah.
Just straight into the song.
I wanted to ask you, do you reckon he asked the band whether he could do the dance?
Yeah. It's a very tough thing as a band. I mean,
like
there's a
he's
difference
a front man.
If you're a solo artist, you don't have to run anything past the band. No. They're lucky to be there.
Beyonce can dance how she likes.
And does. And does it very well. And dances how we like.
But we'd say that Peter Garrett's dance, this front man of Midnight Oil,
big difference.
He's
not known as a dancer.
He kind of looks like he's getting electrocuted a little bit.
Sure, yeah. It's a world famous dance now, but I mean, it was a huge gamble. It would have been at the time. It's a very distracting dance.
It lacked a lot of rhythm. Do you think during rehearsal he turned to everyone and went, "Hey guys, for tonight's gig, I'm thinking of doing this."
You guys thinking of? Have you seen what I've been doing here? It would have been so distracting in the early days. Like this is now like 30 years ago, so we're all totally fine with it. But it would be like if instead of just that Smokey the Bear hat that Pharrell wore, if he wore a hat that was like 10 meters high, so distracting, and he was in a band, and he would say to the guys in the band, like, "Do you mind if I wear a 10-meter high hat?" Someone would have to pipe up and go, "Look, Pharrell, usually your radar is spot on, but we just can't do it."
So my feeling is Peter wouldn't have asked the band.
Here's the thing,
because if I had a dance that I like doing for anything we're doing live, the idea of asking you whether I could do the dance, I just don't think would ever get past you. Where if I was out there on stage with you doing something, say if we had our own band,
but I'd walk off.
I went into a dance.
No, but the
crowd were going, "Yes."
I don't think they would. Dance. Firstly, but internally, I go, "Oh, Andy's lost it. I don't want to be part of this band anymore." Okay. Here's the rule, I reckon. This is probably what they did. Here's a little fun bit of music trivia back into the annals of history.
Well, it's not a fact yet.
I reckon he's gone. Everyone knows the rule is the front man can do whatever he wants if he's the most famous guy in the band. But if no one knows our names, like if no one knows who's in the band, we're not allowed to do showy things that would delineate one of us.
Okay.
I reckon they would have gone, let's call a random number and gone, name someone from Midnight Oil. And he would have said, "Look, if they name anyone but me, I'll step back and I won't do it." And I reckon everyone would have gone, "Oh, Peter Garrett, he's the front man."
Okay, I'm doing the dance.
It's all me. I can do whatever I want. Look, one question that's been on the nation's lips has been...
Not really.
Well done, Ultimate Wingman, first of all.
That's not a question.
There's been a lot of accolade that's been flowing my way because you've gone and got yourself a girlfriend after years of me trying to set you up. I didn't specifically introduce you to Beck.
You had nothing to do with it.
But I feel like I kind of loosened the lid on the jar. After so much forcing, finally, a domino fell. And in the end, I'm not there to take credit anyway. It was a team effort. But I mean, if you're part of the team, you should get a bit of the credit.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like you are there.
Sort of more of the coaching stuff. I'm not the only guy that was working on this project. You were doing some work.
Yeah.
And here you are. You've got a girlfriend. So I thought, look, maybe I don't know where you're at in terms of discussing. It's always a difficult question when you're on the radio. Like, how much of my personal life do I expose? How much do I not expose? And even though this is unofficial, this is Sneak Week, I don't want you worrying about that question. So I thought, why don't I decide for you how much we delve into your private life or not? And that way, doesn't that feel a bit nicer that the weight's off your shoulders?
No.
It's why I thought we might invent a segment where I have a little look inside your love diary.
The smitten kitten. She's so pretty. My armpit hives are back. I think I'm in love, diary. Andy's love diary. Love, in love. I know I shouldn't, but I collect her hairs from her hairbrush. Andy's love diary.
Is that it?
It was got a cool theme song. Andy's love diary. So first of all, let's get some stats. Who, what, where, when, why.
Who are you?
Who is she?
Are you moonlighting for New Idea of Woman's Tale?
Just say it nice and clearly. And I've got my hat that says I'm a source. Well, I know it's Beck, but pretend I'm not here.
Okay. Well, I'd love you to not be here at this current time. No, her name's Beck.
Oh, tell us more.
And Beck and I met at a cafe.
Say Dear Diary. So when
No,
you
I'm
say
not.
it,
No,
say
we're
Dear
not.
Diary, her
This
name
is
is
yours,
Beck.
you know.
Because I'm winding the diary back here now, many, many months when you guys first started going out. So Dear Diary.
Dear Diary.
Her name is Beck.
Today I met a girl called Beck.
Are you right? And how do you feel?
Oh, I think I quite like her.
Say it properly.
That's how I would say it.
Dear Diary.
Dear Diary. What? The 2 entries in the one day? What, every sentence I don't have to start with Dear Diary.
Well, you might have walked away. It's like you're dictating.
Dear Diary, me again.
Hi, Diary. Sorry, I just had to run off and get a cup of tea. So you think you quite like it? Good,
Yeah.
good. Let's tell us about how did it happen? How did you get together? I've decided this is an appropriate
I was Dear Diary.
forum. Dear Diary.
I was at a cafe.
Here we go.
I was by myself, having breakfast by myself.
Sure. And that's okay, Andy, said the diary. Man's got to eat.
And
Not always by himself, but...
And Beck was the waitress at the
Right.
cafe.
Oh, right.
And
this is like a Sandra Bullock film.
not a good one.
Not Blindside, unless
See.
she surprises you by suddenly pushing you over and protecting the quarterback.
So on the way I got on a bus and it couldn't slow down.
And your heart couldn't go under 50 miles an hour, or you'd blow up.
Well, no, yes. So she was a waitress going around. I caught her eye.
Yep.
I was attracted to her, obviously.
Fantastic.
And then just the way she was treating other people at tables. She seemed to have a lovely demeanour.
Right.
And so I thought,
So you enjoyed her
gotta try
in a
and-
service capacity.
yeah, well,
I must get this girl back to my house. I don't like the way she's bringing sandwiches to other people, but I wonder if I could harness that.
can have a sandwich brought to me one
I wonder
day.
if I could just have non-stop sandwiches be brought to me. Sure. And then from there, and so how did you?
I was trying
pretend
to...
I'm not here.
Okay.
Talk to your diary.
Well, I was in that thing where I was trying to chat to her, so I was ordering a lot because you only get the opportunity to chat to the waitress when you're ordering stuff.
Yeah, true.
So I had like an hour and a half breakfast, which, you know me, I don't really like.
You don't like
foods.
hanging around.
I don't like hanging around. I like getting in and out in food situations. And so every time she came back, I kind of would get a 20-second chance to chat.
Yep.
And then I'd think about what my next question might be for the next 15 minutes before I ordered a tea, which I did order a tea, which I think you'd find funny because I don't often drink a tea.
You've got you're not a coffee drinker, so you've really just you've got hot chocolate and orange juice, which are both children's drinks, or tea, which is a nana's drink. So it does stitch you up. And you've got beer, but if it was breakfast, you're limited.
Couldn't do beer.
You're limited.
And it was a cafe. They were doing no beers.
I didn't expect you to get a beer.
I was hoping she'd come back to settle the bill.
Yep.
And then there was another person in her area that kind of started coming across to me.
Poaching.
Yeah. And who I wasn't attracted to. And so they were like, are you done with everything? Do you want the bill? And I was wanting to say...
Not from you.
Buzz off. And so I said...
Send that cutie back over.
So I ended up having to get the bill from this person and I didn't know what to do. And so I left a note on the napkin.
It is a Sandra Bullock film. What did the note say? Dear Diary. Say Dear Diary.
Show us your boobs.
It's a Sandra Bullock film. It's her next film.
I'm not going to say what the note said. I attempted a joke and then I left my email address.
Email address. Oh, This is your move, though. Wasn't this
which Beck hated. Beck was like, she said, I wasn't going to contact you because you left your email address. Who do you think you are?
What is wrong with why
and the email address
phone
was
number?
contact@hamishnetty.com.
fan mail at yesvandylee.com. It's one short of just leaving like your Twitter handle.
Well, but I don't have Facebook and I don't have Instagram.
You have a phone.
And that's what people tend to do is that. But
No, you're not leaving your key to your house.
Yeah,
Give your phone number.
But I didn't want to put a phone number on a napkin just lying about.
What, in case someone got it? What's the same with your email address?
Yeah, but you can kind of block people a little easier in the phone situation.
I know you've touted this as your move for a long time. Back when we were in New York, this was you're like, I've got to move. I'm not telling you guys. We had to wait like 8 weeks for you to reveal the move, and the move was give him your email.
Well, the thing is, with email,
mate,
it's less.
people at sales conferences know the move.
It's also less intrusive. You know, like a phone number, you're waiting for the text. Emails, you don't expect that daily. You know, it's one step away. She can.
All right, well, I'm closing the diary now. Now I'm opening the phones. 131060.
Yeah.
A parlay into the phones. Can you do email? Email over phone number.
It feels very. In retrospect, Beck thought it felt very business, like very corporate.
Are we after girls? Just girls here, or are we after guys that do this?
Well, what are you asking?
Well, I mean, you need someone to back you up. So who do you want? Do you want girls or do you want guys, or do you want both?
Girls. Surely it's fine to leave an email address then. 131060.
No phones lighting up. Oh, there's that guy that rang before the wrong number. He doesn't count. He's still trying to call his home.
Hamish and Andy. Hamish and Andy, back for the drive home, but sneakily, because the official launch party's next weekend.
Why is the window open, Ando?
Yeah, because we snuck in.
And we threw the rules out.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
But I like where you went with it too. So God, if there's one show on your radio at the moment that's utilising an open window, we're using it for two things.
Yeah, we throw
sneaking
the rules
in and chucking rules out.
Hey, but the launch party, we did feel it has to be launching for anyone launching anything. Yeah. So around
very
the country.
Selfish of us to just hog the whole launch party. It's the people's launch.
Exactly. The station put it on, and we're grateful for that because they're good at organising things.
Thanks, guys.
But if you've got anything out there that you want to launch,
go for it.
HamishNanny.com. There's a little launch rocket there. Click on it, fill it in. You could be joining us. Caitlin has joined us now. 131060. What are you launching, Caitlin?
I'm actually launching with my co-host Corey a new radio show on Gippsland FM, Instant Nation.
Oh, Gippsland FM. Now, what time's the show though, Caitlin?
We're launching. We're not accidentally launching a competitor, are we?
No. It's a community radio show, so it's all
we'll fight everyone. No free passes from the Hamish and Andy show.
Caitlin, what time's your show going to be on?
5 to 6 on Wednesdays.
Ooh,
okay, Caitlin, we're not going to put you on hold, but we're going to dip you for a second because, Ando, this presents a giant, real conundrum here for us. On one hand, yes, we should support community radio.
Yep.
On the other hand, we're driving people away from our show in the Gippsland area in Victoria to between 5 and 6. That's half our show on a Wednesday.
Do we be honourable and offer a fair fight? Or do we say...
bring it back up.
Okay.
Caitlin, you there?
Yeah, I'm there still.
So, sorry about that. We just had to have a little chat. Look, we're gonna let you come along.
Yeah, you can launch. But we'd love you to think of an ad for your own show, and you got to put it together yourself.
When does the show launch?
This Wednesday.
But that's you're probably just sneaking back on then.
We'd love you to dial down the fanfare on Wednesday so your real launch can be on Monday.
I can do that. Yeah, definitely.
Great.
All right, Caitlin. Thanks very much. Good luck.
I mean, I think we can scrounge some tickets for Caitlin.
Yeah, I think so. Kyle.
Hello,
bud. What do you need to launch? We've got to go soon, but we thought you'd sneak you in.
Oh, cheers, guys. Look, I've been seeing this jacket in one of my local shops. I've walked past it for the last few weeks, and I finally bit the bullet and bought it, and I'm thinking about launching it.
Oh, wow. Describe the jacket. Is it normally in your usual kind of fashion sense, or is this one where Kyle's just looked at himself and gone, I'm going to step things up a little bit?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to, I'm sort of going for a new look.
Okay. Wow.
So risky going for a new look, Kyle. Normally the kind of thing you do on holidays, and when you decide that instantly, that's it, I'm going to wear a brown leather jacket.
This is a pretty good opportunity for Kyle.
This is a big platform, Kyle.
And the reason why I think it's a good opportunity is when you launch something like this to strangers who didn't know how he was previously dressed.
It's impartial.
And people could cheer it. If he was to launch it at his friends, he'd have to break through the tease barrier.
They'd shoot it down.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't get past the anti-aircraft fire. Kyle, what kind of jacket is it? Can we ask that?
I don't really know how to explain it. I'm a pretty plain person, so it's a pretty plain jacket. It's dark.
So it's a black jacket.
Bit of black, bit of grey.
Okay.
Nothing too extravagant. It's just a nice looking jacket.
Is this crazy to just throw out 2 tickets just back to back?
Oh, sure. No, why not?
Why not? Yeah, Kyle, I don't want to have a launch party that's been touted on this station for the last month. I don't want to have that without launching your plain grey / black jacket. I think it'd add some real flair to the event.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity.
It's a win-win for both of us, Kyle. Stick on the line. We've got to get your launch details.
If you've got something to launch like Kyle does, HamishNanny.com. Go there, click on the little rocket, submit your details.
Now-
and we'll cover them off for the next 4 days while we sneak back on air.
We also were talking circus cannons earlier in this show. We're working on that.
Yeah.
There's a chance we could have pigeons there being launched. You just heard it with your own ears. We're going to have a plain grey jacket launched at the party.
Daniel Johns is launching a single on the show.
Peking Duck are going to play some of their known tracks, but they'll blow the roof off, and that's kind of a launch.
HamishNanny.com for anything you may have missed as well. The podcast is there. You can always follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's all at HamishNanny.com. We will catch you tomorrow, everyone.
Can we just say that even though none of this show counts,
No, it
none of
doesn't
this whole
count.
week counts, it's bloody lovely to be back.
Certainly is.
Have a good night.
Hey, Tash, 131060, is it okay?
No, I am absolutely shocked that you put your email down on a napkin. It is so businesslike. You're lucky she actually sent you an email.
And
now you are exaggerating your outrage.
Tash, I'm with you. Look, Andy reached out to her on LinkedIn first.
But Tash, what is wrong with that? What it's a form of communication.
It's too businesslike. It's like you've gone in there, you've liked what you've seen, like Hamish said, and then you've kind of left your email like, in case I need some assistance at my next function, please email me.
You've given her the level of contact that you get contacted by for like StubHub.com from, like years ago.
Yeah, Jane.
You need to put her on a little bit. You don't have to marry her the first time you meet her, but a little bit more of a leg up.
I didn't give her the login one. I gave her the good email. You know how everyone has a
I'm too lazy to have two, but I would love to have two because I get 5,000 spam a day.
Jane, what do you think?
No go. No deal.
So would you have not contacted me, Jane?
Oh, no, you're a different story, but I was...
There we go. Andy actually gave the email address of 4 degrees of separation away from him, and it just said, find me.
You go.
I actually worked at the races, and a guy gave me his business card once.
But that has a phone number on it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, but even so, it's just a bit too corporate.
Yeah,
I just
okay. It's
pour it up and put it in the bin.
But I should stress that this was a handwritten note on a napkin. And
handwritten. You're not at Sotheby's. We're not trying to get Andy Lee memorabilia.
Petra, what do you think?
Hello.
Petra, how are you going?
Well, how are you?
Good, don't worry about it. This is Sneak Week. Nothing really counts, so we're allowed to have a bit of phone back and forth. Petra, what happened? Have you given out an email?
No, actually, a friend of mine was clubbing, and there was a Gerald Butler there.
Gerald Butler?
And yes, and he actually, she's quite a pretty girl, and he actually gave her his email address.
Oh, who do you think you are, Eddie? You're not Gerard Butler, mate.
You
think you're Butler.
I actually taught him it.
Yeah, Gerard Butler. Wow, Australia's Gerard Butler.
It was a bit odd. Yeah, it was a bit odd because he didn't want to write it down. He made her actually memorize it, and she's like, it's middle of the night, and she's like, sorry, dude, like, I'm not going to memorize it anymore. No. He kept repeating, and it was quite funny. And
Petra, did she contact him?
The Butler's Pantry at gmail.com. The Butler's Pantry at gmail.com.
She actually didn't want to contact him the same night, and she said, you know what, I think I know why he's kind of asked me to do all that. So the next day she emailed him politely and said, look, I hope you had a great time in Istanbul, and if you ever come back or whatever, get in touch and we can grab a coffee or whatever like that. So she was quite nice. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Now we know the
answer. So she did actually use it?
Yeah, but it's Gerard Butler. No,
Yeah, she emailed him because she's a nice girl, so she didn't want to do it.
Petra, you've told us everything you need to know. This is a move reserved for Hollywood stars that have or were rumoured to date Jennifer Aniston. You're not Butler, mate.
Okay.
You're not even a servant.
Sure. Hamish and Andy, back for the drive home, but sneakily, because the official launch party's next week.
Why's the window open, Ando?
Yeah, because we snuck in.
And we threw the rules out.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
But I like where you went with it too. So we, God, if there's one show on your radio at the moment that's utilising an open window, we're using it for two things.
Yeah, we throw
sneaking
the rules
in and chucking rules out.
Hey, look, the launch party, we did feel it has to be launching for anyone launching anything. So around
very
the country.
selfish of us to just hog the whole launch party. It's the people's launch.
Exactly. The station put it on, and we're grateful for that because they're good at organising things.
Thanks, guys.
But if you've got anything out there that you want to launch,
go for it.
HamishNanny.com. There's a little launch rocket there. Click on it, fill it in. You could be joining us. Caitlin has joined us now. 131060. What are you launching, Caitlin?
I'm actually launching with my co-host Corey a new radio show on Gippsland FM, Instant Nation.
Oh, Gippsland FM. Now, what time's the show though, Caitlin?
We're launching. We're not accidentally launching a competitor, are we?
No. It's a community radio show, so it's all
we'll fight everyone.
based.
No free passes from the Hamish and Andy show.
Caitlin, what time's your show going to be on?
5 to 6 on Wednesdays.
Ooh.
Okay, Caitlin, we're not going to put you on hold, but we're going to dip you for a second because, Ando, this presents a real conundrum here for us. On one hand, yes, we should support community radio.
Yep.
On the other hand, we're driving people away from our show in the Gippsland area in Victoria to between 5 and 6. That's half our show on a Wednesday.
Do we be honourable and offer a fair fight? Or do we say...
bring it back up.
Okay.
Caitlin, you there?
Yeah, I'm there still.
So, sorry about that. We just had to have a little chat. Look, we're gonna let you come along.
Yeah, you can launch. But we'd love you to think of an ad for your own show, and you got to you got to put it together yourself.
When does the show launch?
This Wednesday.
But that's you're probably just sneaking back on then.
We'd love you to dial down the fanfare on Wednesday so your real launch can be on Monday.
I can do that. Yeah, definitely.
Right,
okay, Caitlin. Thanks very much. Good luck.
I mean, I think we can scrounge some tickets for Caitlin.
Yeah, I think so. Kyle. Hello, bud. What do you need to launch? We've got to go soon, but we thought we'd sneak you in.
Oh, cheers, guys. Look, I've been seeing this jacket in one of my local shops. I've walked past it for the last few weeks, and I finally bit the bullet and bought it, and I'm thinking about launching it.
Oh, wow. Describe the jacket.
What is it?
Is it normally in your usual kind of fashion sense, or is this one where Kyle's just looked at himself and gone, I'm going to step things up a little bit?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to, I'm sort of going for a new look.
Okay. Wow.
So risky going for a new look, Kyle. Normally the kind of thing you do on holidays, and when you decide that instantly, that's it, I'm going to wear a brown leather jacket.
A pretty good opportunity for Kyle.
This is huge. This is a big platform, Kyle.
And the reason why I think it's a good opportunity is when you launch something like this to strangers who didn't know how he's previously dressed.
It's impartial.
And people could cheer it. If he was to launch it at his friends, he'd have to break through the tease barrier.
They'd shoot it down.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't get past the anti-aircraft fire. Kyle, what kind of jacket is it? Can we ask that?
I don't really know how to explain it. I'm a pretty plain person, so it's a pretty plain jacket. It's dark.
So it's a black jacket.
Bit of black, bit of grey.
Okay.
Nothing too extravagant. It's just a nice looking jacket.
Is this crazy to just throw out 2 tickets just back to back?
Oh, I mean, sure. No, why not?
Why not?
Could do it.
Kyle, I mean, I don't want to have a launch party that's been touted on this station for the last month. I don't want to have that without launching your plain grey / black jacket. I think it'd add some real flair to the event.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity.
It's a win-win for both of us, Kyle. Stick on the line. We've got to get your launch details.
If you've got something to launch like Kyle does, HamishNanny.com, go there, click on the little rocket, submit your details. Now, and we'll cover them off for the next 4 days while we sneak back on air.
We also were talking circus cannons earlier in this show. We're working on that.
Yeah.
There's a chance we could have pigeons there being launched. You just heard it with your own ears. We're going to have a plain grey jacket launched at the party.
Daniel Johns is launching a single on the show.
Peking Duck are going to play some of their known tracks, but they'll blow the roof off, and that's kind of a launch.
HamishNanny.com for anything you may have missed as well. The podcast is there. You can always follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's all at HamishNanny.com. We will catch you tomorrow, everyone.
Can we just say that even though none of this show counts, none of this whole week counts, it's bloody lovely to be back.
Certainly is.
Have a good night.
Hello, podcasters.
Podcasters, welcome back. Obviously, we recorded this bit separately for the podcast. This is where we just get to drop the charade and talk directly to you. You know you're our favourite listeners.
Yeah.
We have to do the live broadcast stuff.
Hate them.
There's a total technicality. Unless you're both.
Sorry? Yep,
and
my mistake.
we love you in your dual role.
Yep.
Here's the deal.
Respect people crossing platforms. It's just the only live broadcast.
You guys are more futuristic.
Yeah, exactly.
So just think of us as the most futuristic way you can consume a show, except for obviously Apple Radio, which is now better than... no, it's not better than podcasting. They dictate what's on too much.
Yeah,
I don't want to listen to Dr. Dre for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Chill out, guys. I'm not sure if he's on. Ando, this is the reason we wanted to jump on here. Obviously, with the show, there's a lot to get through. We can only really handle the hot topics on each day's show. However, there's lots more stuff we're interested in talking about. And this, similar to last year's Happy Hour, if you listen to that, this is where you guys get a chance to build the show. If you go to hamishandandy.com, there is a section now on the website called Lukewarm Topics.
Yep.
Not hot enough to make it to air.
But certainly not cold.
Not freezing.
No, not ones that you just throw in the trash can.
They're on the sideline. And with your input, if you have a look at the list of lukewarm topics and it sparks something in your brain, we do love you guys helping us build the show and being part of it. That's where you can get involved.
And if you do, they may just go up the pecking order to a hot topic.
That's the thing. We've got them to about 60 degrees. We're looking to you to get them that final 40 degrees.
We'll see you tomorrow, everyone.
See ya.